Heath arrived at the Egmont Palace in Brussels on the 22nd of January 1972 to sign the Treaty of Accession. At the third attempt, and 8 years after Heath himself had been rebuffed, Britain was in.
Wilson had been asked to represent the Labour Party. He decided to go to a football match, and that was, he thought, more important. George Brown appeared, and Harold Macmillan appeared.
Well, I remember, we marched into the great gathering, or we were on our way to march in, when somebody threw a bottle of ink over Ted Heath.
Most unfortunate, not normal ink, but sort of Indian ink, black and sticky, very accurately, by a German lady. Mr. Heath was thrust into a lift and somebody pressed a button and he disappeared. And it's almost unbelievable, but it took about a quarter of an hour to find him.
Anyhow, the problem was to clean up the Prime Minister. The ink had gone over his head as well, and his hair and one side of his face. And it was very difficult to shift.
And then suddenly Alec Douglas Hume went missing, and then there was even a suggestion that he'd been kidnapped, but in fact he was just simply gone off rather typically to the lavatory and was washing his own shirt, which had had a splatter of ink on it.
Poor Ted. It took the flunkies over an hour to clean him up and find a new set of clothes. The treaty was signed, but the celebrations were premature. Heath now had to get Parliament to pass a bill which would make membership, with all its obligations, a matter of British law. His opponents thought the legal aspects of this were so complicated that a huge bill would be needed, perhaps 1,000 clauses long, and that they might soon be celebrating the bill's demise.